Yo, your boy is back from a one-day staycation, or vacation, I should say. I was out of town for a little bit, but we have some things to cover. So first off, I want to say thank you for those who have been just commenting. I apologize I couldn't get back to you guys, but we are here now. We are back, and I have some codes to give out, so I want to talk about that real quick, just so you guys are aware what this video is going to be about. So we have the 500 Essence Stones. I've got 10,000 of these. I will be giving it to every single subscriber, plus member on YouTube, plus giving you guys more things as well. You guys can see quite a bit of these are still left, so I have a lot of codes to give out. So I'll be doing that today. I also am going to be submitting this video right now once I complete this actual showcase of what the video is about. So first thing we're going to do is mission 4 is going to give us a couple gate keys and some skill scrolls. Not a big one, but I think nonetheless it's still rewards for you guys from me. So the season 3 mission is going to be strategizing for Battlefield of Trials and Battlefield of Chaos. Now with Battlefield of Chaos, I do want to talk about a couple different things. All right, so first off, Battlefield of Chaos currently has a couple bonuses. All right, now Battlefield of Chaos and gem system, specifically the gem system, is what I want to put most of my focus on. I just logged in for the first time today, and the gem system itself, I'm going to show you guys the best combat power for each of these spots in case you guys are looking for the best possible way to increase your CP and what will give you the best bang for your buck in regards to doing that. Okay, so I'll do that very quickly after I talk about Battlefield of Chaos. So Battlefield of Chaos, a couple things you want to focus on, guys. Okay, strategy wise, this is important, of course, because you do need to do this in order to benefit from the gem system, and the gem system is actually giving you quite a bit of power, so make sure you are focusing. So your best gems realistically at the end of the day are going to be your red and your yellow ones in terms of boosting your overall combat abilities. The blue ones are great for HP, of course. The green ones are going to be for damage reduction and defense, and of course these ones here are going to be for MP and speed. Now when I originally did my gem video, okay, the main thing I talked about mostly for you guys was what gave you guys the best CP. Now I want to talk about this again because I think a lot of people still haven't listened or learned from it. So in my account showcases, I have been putting together the best gems for a lot of people to raise their combat power, and I'm going to do the same thing again here. So for these fights here, the best teams I've been using for to get level 8 and 9 done, if you already completed it, especially to get the 3 stars to get the Essence Stones, is the following team: Alicia, Wu, and Mirai. This has been the team to pretty much conquer all of this content. In terms of like wind, obviously West Wind will be the best one. I obviously have an A9 now. I'm going to push it to A9 once the weapon event is out. It's currently not going on. And I use the plum, of course. Okay, so here, this team here can pretty much conquer the entire thing. This is the setup. Again, this is for the mission, guys, right? So I know you've probably all gone through this, but I've got curse all the way across the board. I'm actually looking to build expert for both of these units right here and remove these curse sets and just do 4 and 4. That's currently the goal. Same with Mirai, 4 and 4. And the Wu's going to have AP's greed. I'm going to jump in here and we're going to talk a little bit about each of the gems while this is going on, and I'm going to explain to you guys what gives you again the best results for combat power. Okay, so it's important to do Battlefield of Chaos for 2 reasons now. Number 1, for the combat power increase. Number 2, for the bonus rewards that you get in the bottom. And then actually there's a third reason now, that is for your guild. All right, now there's a daily mission for guilds. Now of course, getting this done is, again, the main goal is to get you guys some more rewards from the Content Creator Program. So bear with me here as I put this together. First thing you want to do is Spider Boss, obviously break, jump in, do a little bit of damage, pump out some West Winds, and get this done really, really quickly. Now, level 8 is plenty of time. Like, if you can finish level 8, you just farm this. It's so much easier, guys, than doing 9 and 10. And you have still a really good chance of getting yourself level 3s. Now, level 4 gems is something they're still currently working on providing us an ability to, if we already have duplicates of it and can't use it anymore, to trade it in for something else. So once that comes out, it'll be worthwhile. Now, I highly recommend, at this point in the game, you probably have enough of your gems maxed out. Like, your whole field should be maxed out, so start fusing them, all right? So let's finish this up first. There we go, Bear's dead. Moving on to the next boss. This demon's pretty easy. All right, so let's talk about the gems. So what gives you the most amount of combat power for each slot? All right, so first off, let's start with purples. Purples are the easiest, and I showed you guys this already in the beginning, but many of you guys still don't seem to want to follow the advice. So I'll give you guys the advice anyways again, and suit yourself on how you want to do this. Now with Mirai out, this advice is going to seem a little contradictory, but the best combat power increase for purple gems is, believe it or not, speed. Okay, and I've been saying this from day one when I did my gem guide. You can go back and take a look at it. I said, people, if you want to build your combat power, speed percentage gives you more than MP reduction, gives you more than MP plus. Okay, you guys can go and do that same testing yourself if you want proof of it, but that's something I highly recommend taking a look at. Okay, so right here in the gem section, it is in fact going to be speed. Okay, so anything speed related is going to give you the best. Now I've switched mine over ever since because I'm not too worried about combat power. I did it for MP for Mirai. Quite honestly, I'm probably going to switch it back now to speed because at this point with Hansi Mi, it's not a big issue with MP anymore. So I am going to most likely revert all these back into speed to get myself more combat power. Okay, now with oranges, it's going to actually be crit damage, then defense penetration, and then it's precision. Okay, so the combat power increase for the crit damage is going to be the highest on this one by far. Now here you guys can see I have HP percentage, etc. So HP percentage is going to always be higher than HP additional. That's an easy one, right? You guys can for the most part see most of it goes up quite a bit. This right here is huge. All right, the healing received gem is massive. Okay, so never sleep on that gem. That gem will give you a buttload of CP, and I'll prove it to you guys here. Like we'll do here, I'll show you guys. Look, watch the CP increase here. Watch, we're gonna go up a little bit. Right, look, see a little bit, 14, 28, 21. Now watch this. If I increase this now to HP gem, you'll see this will go up a little bit as well. Right, this should technically go up 37.15. Now watch if I do increase gem here. Everybody gets it. See that? So if you're looking strictly for combat power, healing increase here will give you more power than anything else. Now, I don't know how that's going to affect the existing model change for healing given because they're changing it to MP recovery. So I'm not sure once they make that change if it'll be a big difference or not, but I just want to point that out. Okay, now the next one here, the worst one you can possibly have here is defense percentage. It is the lowest thing you can get. That'll give you the highest thing that will give you the most CP here is actually damage reduction. Okay, so damage reduction is the first one you want to go for, then it's actually additional defense that will give you the second, and the worst one here is percentage. So I'm going to find a way to remove this percentage one and add in that. Now here in this section, the highest you're going to get is attack percentage as well as healing given, and that will be your best ones. All right, so that pretty much is the strategy, guys, for all the gem system. Now the next one up here that I need to focus on for the mission is going to be the Battlefield of Trials. This is a tough one, guys. Okay, this week has been a really tough one for Battlefield of Trials. All right, guys, here we go. We gotta jump in. I'm gonna show you guys my tactics on trying to get this done. Hopefully, it helps you guys beat this if you possibly can. This is not by any means an easy fight. Okay, for free-to-play players especially, this is gonna be a very tough fight. So we're gonna jump in here. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm gonna do here. So first thing you want to do when he jumps in with this tactic is shadow step into this. Do your moon shadow daggers, or no, sorry, your plum sword, and then when he comes down, you want to make sure you get this break off quick. Okay, now with the main thing to remember with breaking with this specific tactic, using the wind one, is that you need to be like literally right at the boss's face. If you're not on the opponent's face, you're gonna actually miss a lot of your damage, so keep that in mind and avoid this. This right here is pivotal to avoid because it does so much freaking damage if you're poisoned. So try to keep your distance and stay away from the poison as much as you can. Okay, so again, going in for the breaks. Now remember, he has a lot of invulnerability moves. Okay, so that's another thing to remember too when you're doing this fight. This right here is your best time to shadow step, by the way. So shadow step here. We're gonna break. We're gonna go ahead and do another plum into another west wind. Okay, so we're gonna keep this up and we're gonna try to do as much. Now this is very much a DPS race. Okay, guys, a lot of DPS required to finish this fight. If you are not in the DPS zone to get this done, you're gonna struggle. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So you're gonna rely on a lot of your own skills, but your damage is going to be really the big reason why you finish this. If you can't damage enough, you're not gonna get this done. Okay, so we're gonna go this, and we're gonna shadow step. Or shadow step into an alt. Okay, so hopefully we do enough damage here to bring down maybe 4 or 5 bars. Yeah, I'm only seeing 4 and 5 bars because he might have, yeah, there it is. I was gonna say he might have his breakup and I didn't see that. See, that was my fault. That was really bad timing on my end. That's a big waste of DPS on my part, and I could have probably got him down to about 40 bars rather than 46. So now it's a race against time again, right? So again, you got to be very careful with this boss. He's just got so many tactics to avoid damage, and you have to make sure your Alicia removes that poison from you as soon as you possibly can. Using SM Beck is nice because you get that damage increase, but look how fast this bar goes back up. Look at this, look how much damage I'm taking. It's insane the amount of damage and how quickly it comes and goes too. So just remember this when you're fighting this boss. It's pivotal that you stay on top of the breaks, right? And you stay on top of taking your poisons off. This is all very critical parts of this fight. If you can't do that, you're in for hurting. So there you guys go, another invulnerability move, right? So you guys can see here how many times I've had to avoid, he can avoid damage, I should say, sorry, versus me. And so it's a DPS race. It's also a race for survival. This is like the ultimate. This bug is the ultimate fight in my opinion. I hate this bug. Look at this, another invulnerability move. Again, completely avoids damage. So you gotta jump in, time everything correctly, break him on time again. Hopefully your Alicia can take this off. And then alt here. Wait for your dude to do his skill here for attack up, and then jump in and do an alt. Again, if the break bar is up like it was before for me, it messes you up, right? In my case, this time the break bar is not up, so I can do a little bit more damage. But you guys can see here, it does take at least a few bars versus what it was before, where it took almost nothing off of him, right? And we're probably going to die here because of the poison. Alright guys, jumping in here, let me show you guys my tactics on how to get this done, if it's possible even. I still might be short on DPS, but this is a big race. There's a couple things that needs to happen, a lot going on with this fight, and you have to really maintain the break advantage as much as you can. Okay, so first thing you're going to do here is you're going to go ahead and do a shadow step, summon your shadows themselves, try to break him as he comes down, so you guys can avoid all this nonsense. That's why I bring Wu in here, right? We do this, doing your Plum Sword, go ahead and freeze, and hopefully you can bust out as much damage as you can here. Remember, he has a couple invulnerability stages in this fight, okay? And those are the hardest things to avoid. And the reason why it's so tough is because you just sometimes they just come out of nowhere, and you have to be very careful. Now, this is the best time to shadow step, because it's the only time he's really stationary for the most part. You guys can see how quickly that came back, right? You want to break him again quickly, jump into another shadow or Plum Sword, and then boom. Okay, and again, repeat and try to get rid of this poison as much as you can. Again, wait for him to cast this. Get ready to shadow step. Very important to use those opportunities. Don't use your breaks here until his break is back up. Okay, his break bar is very small, but look how quickly it comes back. Right, so you have to be very smart about your timing on this one. Okay, here we go. He's gonna go ahead and cast this again. You can shadow step into this. Use Wu here to break him. Shadow step. Alicia. Use your guys, and then go ahead and do your alt, okay? So again, you guys can see a lot going on, right? You have to maintain your poison removals, you got to maintain your breaks, you got to maintain your plums, you got to maintain your damage. There's just so much happening in this fight, and this is why a lot of people struggle with it. It's not just the fight itself, it's the fact that there's just so much happening at the same time, and it's a lot of it is resource management, shadow stepping. So yeah, like it's not by any means a free-to-play friendly fight, guys. This is a very tough. Now I am on my free-to-play account, so it's still impressive to get this done as free-to-play. But don't stress out if you can't get this done. All right, I'm just giving you guys a few strategies to maybe be able to get this done. Not everybody will be able to. Look like I just died there, right? That's all it takes is one little hit. So that's the strategy. You're going to have to try your best to kind of avoid that. I'm going to continue doing this fight until I finish it, but I kind of want to give you guys my setup, my strategy. So just so you guys are aware, I'll show you guys my setup in terms of going into this fight and what I'm using, and hopefully it'll help you. Some of you guys may still struggle with this and not, but at least this is for the mission to let you guys know. So here's my 513 is my setup. Again, SMBEC is nowhere near built, but I still have him there for that extra attack power. I got an A9 Westwind, and I have myself an A4 Plum Sword, and this is again my free-to-play account. So try to use this team here, see if it helps. You should be able to get the job done if you are above the power level. It is over-tuned by all means. A tough fight, but that's the strategy. Good luck to everybody. Again, this is to put into YouTube the content creator challenge to give you guys more codes. So once this has been submitted and you guys get the codes, I'll submit those to you guys as supporters. Remember, you can support me on the channel anytime at the following. So it's going to be a Netmarble content creator page, Payneblade, or sorry, just Payne83. It's always in every single description. So I'll be handing these out right now. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.